underneath my skin. Watch how you react when you see the state I'm in. I was the one that you always said that you wanted. I was the one that you always just took for granted. I know that you might not have meant those bad times. At least they made me feel lost. At least they made me feel lost. At least they made me feel lost. Can't apologize for the helplessness I feel. Even just a smile makes me wonder if it's real. A single love just to bring us back where we started. A single love makes me think about where your heart is. I know that you might not have meant those bad times.
Attention please. Send her collie to the nurse's station. Send her collie to the nurse's station. Thank you.
Guys! My whole computer just like shit the bed right at the start there. Sorry about that, guys. I had to reset. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta wait for that drop. Go.
I must correct the horrible
Oh, God.
mistaken
Nico, hold
spreading
on.
of misinformation from the other day. It
Uh-oh.
must be known by all that you are indeed a good boy.
Ah.
Cinder hype Cinder 7 flop.
Pico, thank you. Hold on. I'll read that in a second. Hold on. Wait. Hold. It's coming. Okay. Oh, sorry about that, guys. It was just too perfect. The timing, it was so close. We had to do it. Guys, hey, welcome in DC Flash, Wildlife, Cyber Panda, Snowy White Fox, Yuma Capital Bowl. Speaking of bowls, look at that. You guys been following that GameStop thing with the stock market? Holy freaking crap. That'll show them. Maybe something will actually happen with that. Who knows? Bansalot Gaming, Bansalot Broadcasting, welcome in. Amic, I see you. Biko the Wolf coming in with a tier 1 sub for 10 freaking months, Biko. 10 freaking months. Thank you for stopping the spread of misinformation. And I am in fact a good boy, despite what that clip said. I think I'm a good boy. I like to hope so, at least. I feel like I've done some good in the world. Maybe just even if it's just a little bit, just a little bit now. You're kind of rich now. Good. Beat them at their own game. Just beat them at their own game. That's what needs to happen. Hold on, I gotta fix something. Where would it be under? Is it under here? I gotta fix something with my mic. There it is. Okay, better. Ah! Guys, work yesterday was crap. We were so understaffed yesterday. We were so busy. It was not a good day, but I survived. And actually, my day by itself, if you just isolate what I did yesterday, it was a pretty decent day for me. But the entire department as a whole, yeah, we had some really sick people yesterday. I had a new record for the lowest pH I've ever seen, the most acidotic blood I've ever seen. Yesterday, in 6 years of nursing, a record was broken yesterday. It's not a record you want to break. It's not a record you want to break, trust me. The more acidic your blood, the worse you're doing. Silvery Bing, hey, Running Paul, welcome in. Cerulean with the 81.
There go all my bits.
Cerulean coming with the 81 bits, making tux dance. Look at that werewolf. USDA Prime werewolf. Also, Air Arctic Wolf coming with the gifted out tier 1 sub to the community before the stream even started. Holy freaking crap, Air Arctic Wolf. Thank you for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rita, what's up? Mastermind, hey, welcome back. Ugh. What happens if the blood is acidic? You die. That's it. We've talked about pH before. If you don't know what pH, so pH is a way of measuring how acidic a liquid is or something is, right? Your body has a very narrow range for pH between 7.35 and 7.45. If you get outside that range, some of your metabolic processes start to fall apart and things don't go well and you die. Most of the time we see people with acidosis as opposed to alkalosis. Usually their blood gets a little bit more acidic, usually due to like respiratory issues or infection, which can cause it to become more acidic. But the more acidic it gets, the less likely you are, or the less likely you are to survive. We usually get concerned when people are at like 7.2, 7.1. I had someone yesterday who was much lower. You're watching my Twitter videos? Oh, well, thank you. I've enjoyed making them. They've been fun. Honestly, I just find clips during the stream and I'm like, yeah, that'll do. I used to make a whole bunch of fursuit videos and then I got lazy. Dude, Turbulence coming with the two gifted tier 1 subs out to the community. Holy freaking crap. Turbulence. We're gonna run into some turbulence. Senpai 98. Hamboni Harambe. You guys are both covered under colic here thanks to Turbulence. From the flops to the beans, I got you covered. Oh, that's a good song too.
Shotspot.
Yeah, I haven't made a fursuit video in a while. I've just been lazy. Honestly, mainly because all of my creative focus right now has gone into streaming. So it's hard. Oh God, wrong hand. It's gone into streaming. So I only got so much. And if I focus it all on streaming, then the fursuit videos don't happen anymore. But before I started streaming, I had no output for my creative juices. So I used the fursuit stuff. But now I got streaming. So it's like, no, it's hard for me to do both. I can only be so creative. Fursuit on stream, I thought about it. The idea of the thought of being in a warm fursuit, sweating my balls off while also trying to manage a stream, which is already difficult enough when you're not in a fursuit and you're actually in comfortable like temperature, it seems daunting. And I'm a little intimidated by it, and I'm probably not gonna do it. At least not anytime soon. A lot more can go wrong. It's harder to get things set up. I'd have to get a new camera. I'd have to get a new camera set up because I'm using like a webcam from like 2011, maybe 2012. It's not a great webcam. I tried to buy a new one, but it was some Chinese rip-off one that I'm pretty sure infected or was messing with my computer somehow. So I stopped it. So I'd have to set up a new camera. I'd have to figure out what to do about my mic because I don't know how well it'll pick up my voice through the fursuit. And then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna actually hear stuff. I don't know. You run headphones through. It's hard. It's difficult. I'm not gonna do it. It's not gonna happen. It's too much work. Way too much work. You know the health benefits of taking a shot of apple cider vinegar does to your body? I mean, I know some people swear by it. I'm pretty sure it's all just snake oil. But if that's what you want to do, sure. I don't know. If it actually had any significant medicinal value or properties, I promise you we would be giving it as medicine. So you do with that what you will. Tommy, thank you. I appreciate it. Is it Tommy or Tommy? Is it like like Tommy or Tommy? Because I've always said Tommy, and then I know Whiskey calls it Tommy. I don't know, which one is it? It's Tommy. Okay. I'm sorry. I've been calling you Tommy this whole time, and you never corrected me. You just let me be wrong. Tommy. Okay. But Cinder, I thought the apple cider vinegar cured everything. Yeah. You know what the saying goes. Something that cures everything cures nothing. So don't believe it. It's all fake. That one Floofball, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Hold on, I got something stuck in my throat again. Ah. Ah. Oh god, guys, spam Cinder soap. While I try to get this out, hold on, I gotta mute my mic for a second. I accidentally like swallowed some coffee. Ugh. Or rather inhaled. I inhaled some coffee. Ugh. I know coffee is tasty, but I really don't want to inhale it. I don't think inhalation of caffeine's a good thing. No COVID for Kali. No, I got vaccinated already. We're good. We're good. Where's my Pokemon medicine? Oh, why are you looking at me? I don't have any medicine. You're as cute and as adorable as ever. Look at them cute floppy ears. Mrs. Unholy Ones, I'm sorry, I forgot to give you the misses. I said miss. Mrs. Unholy Ones, thank you for the floppy ear comment. Guys, spam the flops. I drank coffee. Yeah, I generally do that. It is, yeah, I do particularly like it. Although, I hate to admit this. I haven't been drinking coffee at work. Our coffee machine's been down for like 3 months now, and they haven't fixed the coffee machine. So I started doing 5-hour energy shots because I didn't want to drink a full thing of like Monster or Red Bull. I just needed like a little bit just to get me the caffeine without all the other crap. So I was like, oh, let me try these 5-hour energy shots, and they're pretty good. They work pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. Tell me.
Cinder is cute. Cinder can be sus. Whiskey is so stimky and a sus banana boy. Also, I really want the vaccine shit, but Illinois is super slow. ATM demonic fox screams of stress.
Well, hopefully you'll get the vaccine soon. Just stay patient. Also, thanks for the 50 bits, and I don't know. Whiskey does have banana hair. I can't comment on whether or not he's stimky. I've never smelled him. But he does have banana hair. That is a fact. You can't deny it, Whiskey. If you're one of my teachers I was actually want to learn, well, hopefully you can learn here with us. And speaking of learning, today we're going to talk about joints. And no, we're not talking about those joints, the ones that are legal in some of the states in the United States. We're talking about the joints that let your body move. We talked about bones last time. Let's talk about how those bones get attached.
What you're listening to are musicians performing.
This song always comes on. I don't like that song. I need to get rid of that song. But edibles, woo. We're gonna talk about joints. It's actually, there was enough content in this. I thought about adding them into the bone lecture, but there was actually enough content that they are their own lecture. Because surprisingly, there's a lot of different types of joints, if you could imagine that. You sneaking out of biology class to learn biology? More like anatomy and physiology.
The new strain in the UK affects youth more than elderly, but the government is like, nah, kids can die, haha lol.
How's that different than this entire pandemic's basically been like, lol, you guys can die. Keep the economy churning, sacrifice your bodies to the machine, thank you. I mean, I didn't really have a choice because I was directly in the middle of all that, but like, I can't imagine working at Walmart and them being like, so hey, you need to risk your life for working at Walmart. And I just, unfortunately, some people don't have choices, and that's such a crappy situation to be put into. Because nobody wants to risk their life working at Walmart. Screw Walmart. They're a horrible corporation. But if you don't have a choice, and then they're like, yeah, we're not going to give you anything to protect you. Like, screw that. Or GameStop will... Poochaboo, GameStop's become important for other reasons recently. That's... I'm not partaking in that. I know Tux is. Tux likes to do that stuff. He's been doing stock stuff for a little bit. I'm not smart enough for it. I leave that all to him. But man, what a crazy, crazy thing that is. Essential or sacrificial? Both. I definitely felt sacrificial at my job. At one point back in like May, maybe June, we ran out of contact gowns. So like the long sleeve disposable gowns that you wear for contact isolation, right? We ran out of those. So you know what our management told us? Oh, just wear a patient gown. Just put a patient gown on and use that as your contact gown. Are you freaking kidding me? Do you know how stupid we looked walking around in patient gowns? We looked like a bunch of assholes. And they were just like, yeah, that's okay, that'll work. And then they tried to tell us that, like, once we finally did get these one-time use disposable gowns in, we had to re-wear them every time we went into the room. So I was putting on a dirty gown every time I entered the room, which was basically pointless. And then we ran out of gloves, so they bought these gloves. They bought gloves that are cheap, they are fragile, and they rip very easily. And on the box, on the freaking box, it says non-medical use on the box. And they sent out an email and they're like, oh, the CDC said it's okay, even though the box says non-medical use. The manufacturer says no medical use. I don't give a shit what the CDC says. If the manufacturer says it's not for medical use, then it's not for medical use. So for like 2 months, we were working with gloves that were not medically rated. Like, what the fuck? Time for a pizza party? That hits too close to home though. Connor, that hits way too close to home because it's so true. It's so freaking true. Do you have a good nurses union? My state doesn't. No, not in this state. It was absolutely horrible. And we are still now, we just recently got a new shipment of gloves, of the old gloves. So I'm telling you, like, these gloves, you would go to pull them on and they would just disintegrate. They would just fall apart and rip. There were nurses who were like cleaning up feces, like people's poop, and had their gloves rip, and they got poop underneath their fingernails because the gloves ripped. I got to a point where every time I went to go clean a patient, I was putting on the gloves that they gave us, and then I was using the more expensive sterile gloves because they're a lot stronger, and screw them if they can't supply me with real gloves. I'm gonna go ahead and use the sterile ones because screw that, I'm not getting poop under my fingernail. I don't care if they're more expensive. I don't care if we run out of those. If they didn't want us to run out of sterile gloves, they would have given us real gloves. Dude, it's horrible. We are so understaffed right now. We're running on like skeleton staff, and our numbers are through the roof. We got some really sick people. We got a lot of COVID. It's been an absolute nightmare the last like 2 months at work. I went from being like okay to like burnout to the max, where I basically go into work now and I'm like, I'm just gonna do my stuff and I'm not doing anything else for anybody. And except for the nurses that I like. There are some people that I will do stuff for, but like management's asked us to do things and I'm like, I'm not doing that. And now they're offering extra money to come in for extra shifts, and you must be damn crazy if you think I'm going in and offering up any more of my time to that place. They're offering like, it's like bonus pay, so you get I think it was like an extra $5 or $6 an hour plus $200 per shift that you pick up. So like we're talking about some like legit money that they're offering. No, not doing it. Not doing it. Crack out with the 50.
Really common and a huge problem to have understaffed hospitals?
Yes, it is, Krakow. You know why? Because it saves them money. When you run hospitals like you run a business, you try to find cost-saving measures wherever you can. If you can staff a floor with 60% of the nurses and still function, well, guess what? There's no incentive to staff it with 100% if you can run the same floor with 60%. Yeah, sure, maybe the patients will complain a little bit, but then you take those 60% of nurses and tell them how to increase their patient experience. mean, I guess it was too long. I guess that was too long of a message. I would have gave my boss the bird and showed him how toxic I can get and walked off. Yeah, the problem is it's a little bit harder than that. It's a little bit harder than that. I mean, could I do that? Sure. Would I burn a bridge that I could possibly utilize later on when I finally eventually move this place? Absolutely. It's all about not burning bridges, right? The place is really crappy right now, but ultimately I'm going to need that job to get my next one. Unbelievable, Colton.
Management needs to take a pay cut and a bonus cut and add another 0 on those pay numbers for what they're putting doctors and nurses through.
Yeah, Colton, you're preaching to the choir, man. Trust me, I feel you on that. I agree. Like, okay, perfect example. Last night, we were like, we had like 20 some people in the waiting room. We had some people who had been waiting for close to 7 hours to be seen by a doctor, right? Which is like, that's for us, that's extremely long. So we had patients who we were waiting for like 7 hours and our computer system went down. For about 30 minutes, our computer system went down. So our entire emergency department just stopped. For 30 minutes, we couldn't do anything because we couldn't get into our charts. We had no way, we didn't know how long it was going to be down. So we didn't know if we needed to start going to downtime stuff. Nothing. We just stopped for 30 minutes. Nothing got done. And we're sitting there with people who have been waiting for 7 hours. Our computer system went down. We're trying to get on the phone with management and management's not helping us. It's like, that's what you're supposed to do. When shit hits the fan, you're supposed to come in and help. That's why you get paid extra money to be a manager, because you accept and take on the responsibility of being there when shit hits the fan. So when shit hits the fan, we expect you to be there, not unreachable. Absolutely absurd. Colton, thanks for the 500 bits, and thank you for giving 500,000 milligrams of morphine. You crazy son of a bitch. It's a lot of morphine. But to say like, so tell me, you were talking about just like leaving. No, I gotta leave on a good note because I need these two and a half years of emergency room experience if I want to continue working in the emergency room. And I'm not gonna burn a bridge with a company and risk losing that unless they absolutely burn me. So far, they haven't gotten to the point where I'm ready to just walk out yet, but it is on the table. But I don't plan on doing it. I'll give you a perfect example of when a hospital would have overstepped its bounds. There was a hospital recently that they treat their nurses like crap, right? And all of their ICU nurses left. So their entire intensive care unit, all those nurses quit. So they had no nurses to staff the intensive care unit. So the one nurse who showed up, what they did was they took all of those intensive care patients, those ICU patients, and moved them down to the emergency department, because the emergency department is the only other place in the hospital equipped to deal with that level of care, right? And the emergency department's not really equipped to deal with ICU patients, but we get them and we deal with it, but on small scales.
Awoonom's on a sheep.
Awoonom's on a sheep. You son of a bitch, give me that sheep back. I worked so hard to get it. I hope it's tasty though. So they moved all of these ICU nurses or all these ICU patients down into the ER and told the ER staff to take care of those patients. If that ever happened with me at my job, I would leave. I would absolutely leave. Like 100% gone, done. No way you're making me do that. That's outside my scope. That's outside my responsibilities as a nurse for that hospital. And they shut down their emergency department for like 3 days because of it. Dude, Hazarino! Haz, everybody, dude, Haz, look at that check mark. Look at that check mark next to Hazarino's name. Look at that, it is freaking well-deserved, Haz.
I have really bad bipolar. It's caused me to have a no fucks given attitude since I was 12. And you deserve better, hugs Cinder, and gives bets. I swear if I lost my parents to a trash higher up, I would push him out the top building window.
Okay, tell me.
Chicago made...
Tell me, do me a favor, try to... I appreciate the 50 bits, but can you not send paragraphs through the text-to-speak, please? I appreciate it. Thank you for the bits. Dude, Hazarino. Hazarino got partner today, and so did Moss. Moss also got partner, guys. They're just handing them out like candy right now. Hazarino, well freaking deserved, Haz. If you guys don't know, Hazarino is the one who did 5 of my emotes. And that one. Those are all done by Hazarino. Look at that. Look how freaking amazing that art is. Dude, the Cinder Nerd one. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. If I had to wait 51 days for candy, I would cry. You had to wait 51 days was how long you had to wait? 51 days? What the hell, Twitch? 51 days? What the hell? Must, yes, Cerulean. Must the fox. Moss the fucks. Must the fucks. Remember when I used to not swear on stream? You know how hard that was? You know how hard it was to go like 6 months without cussing until eventually it just started happening? Now I don't really care. Dude, Moss, speaking of Moss, look at that check mark. Look at him flexing. Look at Moss and Hazarino flexing in here. Where's... Hold on. Look at that. That's, they're just in there flexing. Look at that. Dude, good job, guys. Congrats. Seriously. Seriously, good job. You guys are fun. Cheer for the partners, guys. Okay. You need a lot more emotes? Haz, you can literally make them. Just make them. Just, you know, do what you guys do, what the artists do, and just snap your fingers and done. Made. Right? That's like, that's what people think you guys do, right? You're just like, can you draw this? Done. Easy. Also, Haz, I like your bonk emote. I think is the best. Other than the, I think bonk, and I like Schnozerino, if only because Hazer Schnozerino is fun to say. Hazarino Schnozerino. And look at that schnoz. It's so big. Yeah, but if I work on stuff for myself, my brain says everyone who commissioned me will complain I'm not working on theirs. You can just not tell them. But that's fair. You're right. I guess that is a good point, because if you have a list of commissions to do, it's hard to want to put aside other people's art, especially if they're paying for it, to work on something for yourself. It feels a little selfish. I can understand that. I can understand that viewpoint. But Haz, I plan on throwing more money at you at some point. I'm gonna give you more money. Okay, so guys, today's lecture, we're gonna talk about joints. We're gonna talk about how our bones move, how they interact. I don't know why I'm moving my arm right now like you guys can see me. Hold on, is it multi? I always want to say multi-riot, but it's not. Multi-ruit? Multi-ruit, you're... Oh god, I screwed this up. Hold on, let me start that over. Multi-ruit coming at the Twitch Prime sub for 2 freaking months. Multi-ruit, you're coming under collar care from the flops to the beans. I got you covered. Thanks for the 2 months of Prime. You could have used that anywhere. Instead, you wasted it here for some reason. You could have, like, subbed to Summit. Or, like, Lyric or something. Instead, you spent it here. I was gonna say Dr. Disrespect, but he can't stream on Twitch anymore. So joints. You guys ready to learn about joints? Only Kiwi has ever got my username right. All right, well, okay, so how do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce it then? Bands a lot, not those types. Not those types of joints. It's not those types. You know, the ones that let your arms do like this, like those types of joints. Actually, now that I think about it, leap motion is going to be perfect for this, because I can actually articulate my joints and you guys can see. Oh, sweet. Oh, sweet. This actually might be a really fun lecture. Wow, 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 wow. How many joints are in your body? More than 206, because you have more joints in your body than you do bones. I actually don't have that written down. Let's see how many joints in the human body. Anywhere from 250 to 350 is the estimated amount. I guess we haven't found all of them yet. Which is weird that we're this far into medicine and we can just say, you have estimated about 250 to 350 joints. That's a variance of 100 joints. Can you imagine, where can you hide 100 joints that we're just not finding? It's a pretty wide variance of, like, if it was like, yeah, you got anywhere from like 250 to 260, I could be like, oh, okay, you could probably hide 10 joints within all those bones and stuff, right? If it's like 250 to 350 joints, where are you hiding all those joints? It's a pretty wide estimate. Maybe it's like countries and we're debating what counts as a joint. Fair. Okay. But I feel like to still have 100 questionable things that nobody could agree on, it seems a little weird. Your hand and your toes, yeah, your hand and your feet are definitely the biggest messes of evolution ever. I've already talked about in our last stream how much I think the foot is just an absolute evolutionary and like engineering just mess of joints and tendons and muscles and bones, and it's just a nasty combination of a bunch of crap. It might be classification disputes. Hey, okay, and maybe it's not like, maybe there's bigger fish to fry than trying to name and classify all the joints in the body. Like, I can't imagine they're at like the International Health Symposium being like, we have go ahead and decided to name 50 extra joints in their body, and everyone's like, yeah, but what about cancer and COVID? And this guy's like, no, I've spent my whole life studying joints. And he just starts talking about joints and nobody really cares. Such a glorious spectacle of evolution that has an entire specialty of medicine dedicated to it. I'm not talking about some weird people. Imagine wanting to be a podiatrist. Like, you go through all of your schooling, you go through med school, right? You got to go through residency, maybe in fellowship, right? You look at feet all day. Like, could you imagine, like, you're out on the subway, you're out on public transit, or just walking around, and someone in front of you just bam, just goes into cardiac arrest, just goes down, and they're like, is there a doctor around? And you're like, I am a doctor of feet. And it's like, what are you gonna do? Cut their toenails? Like, all talk though, I'm thankful for podiatrists because of the fact that so it is outside of my scope of practice to clip a patient's toenails, especially a diabetic patient's toenails. It is outside my scope of practice. I am not allowed to clip the toenails of a diabetic patient, because if I accidentally cut or cause like some kind of damage to the foot that doesn't go registered because they're diabetic and they have neuropathy, I could you could start the process that eventually leads to them losing their foot. If you like are cutting their toes and their toenails, which by the way are usually disgusting, and you accidentally like cut their skin, you could cause an infection that they might not even notice. Krakow, take care. So I will be very thankful for podiatrists in that sense, that they deal with that, because people's feet are nasty. I've seen a lot of feet in my career, unfortunately, and I've seen a lot of really you wonder how these people get dressed or look at themselves and not feel disgusted. Like, it's disgusting. Like, sometimes you get, I don't even know how to describe it. Hold on. Let's see if I can find the actual term for it. Some people get like, they get like scales, and like it gets like really like bumpy and rigid. It happens with like congestive heart failure. Not swelling. Yeah, would that be it? Stasis dermatitis? I think that's it. Yeah, I think this is, yep, this is definitely it. Okay, so I'm not gonna post a picture of it because I don't want to get banned again. But if you look up stasis dermatitis, you'll start to see what I'm talking about. and it gets like scaly and like calloused. Oh, it gets so freaking gross. And some people, especially if they have like really bad congestive heart failure, they'll have like fluid weeping out of their legs and their feet. Oh, it's so nasty. Moss, God damn it, you know what it is. Moss, you know what it is. You know that's the marker from Dead Space. And little me over here is dancing at the exact frequency that it's sending out its necromorphic messages, thus preventing it from actually turning any of us into necromorphs at the expense of his eternal suffering of dancing for the rest of his life. It's quite the sacrifice, really. But also, it makes a very good desk ornament. So, you know, to me, I think it's worth it. Skyfox, did you look it up? Why is there a sheep in the jar? It's a hyper sheep. He wasn't easy to catch. He's a hyper sheep. They're like next level sheep herding techniques. You gotta catch them. You gotta like trap them and trick them, and then eventually you catch them in a jar. They're not easy to get though. Looks like he's having fun dancing all day. Riftline, he doesn't really have a choice because that's his eternal punishment now. So he might as well enjoy it. Cerulean.
When it's time to party, we
Dude.
will party hard.
Call me Neko coming with the oh god, I screwed it up. Call me Neko coming with a rate of 14. Holy freaking crap. Call me, what were you doing? What were you playing? Guys, welcome in. Call me, thanks for the raid. Thanks for sharing your community with mine, and thanks for blasting my ears full of wonderful Andrew WK. Welcome in, guys. You guys came in at a perfect time because we're about to start our lecture. You guys want to learn about joints? You're last playing VR chat. Nice. You going to any fun worlds? Anything good? I need to get back on VR. I haven't been on VR in a hot second. What was I doing? Okay. Lecture time. Doing some VR chat stream for the first time, learning the ropes of the game. Dude, VR chat, like streaming in VR is not easy. How'd it go? Did it go well? It's a few simple games with a few folks. Nice. I recommend, let me see. There's Freeze Tag is really fun. The Among Us map is really good. There's like a beanbag beat 'em up that you hit it with a bat and you send it flying. That one's really fun. And there's a baseball map I want to check out at some point. We can like play baseball. I really want to do that. Well, hold on a second, guys. Have you tried Wavelength yet? I have not. Moss, isn't it? Well, Moss, I told you Tux and I got cock-blocked by COVID because we were going to go see the Above and Beyond acoustic up in DC. We were going to go to that. We were going to get tickets for it and everything. We had the whole thing planned out. I think we might have even had tickets for it before COVID hit. And then COVID shut it down and we couldn't go see Above and Beyond with an orchestra, which would have been freaking awesome. Okay. Joints. Do you guys know there are 3 different classifications of joints? You could probably think of like the easy ones, right? The first joints you think of are like your elbow, your wrist, your shoulder, your hip, your knee, right? You think of all these joints. Where do you think you might have joints that you might not notice right away, that you might not be aware of? While you're thinking about that. Paytail, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Frostburn Fox, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Your waist, your skull. Toofy Boy coming in with the skull. You're correct.
Just wanted to say I really appreciate your streams and short clips on Twitter. Also, who's a good collie you are. Yes, you are. JK at me. Cable 02 heart. Cable 02 heart.
Y'all better stop with this. You can't keep playing with my heart like this, being like, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? And I'm all sitting here taking the bait like, yeah, it's me. I'm a good boy. Yes, I'm a good boy. And then you guys are like, JK, no. It's mean. You play with me like that. It's not fair. Kai, thanks for the 100 bits. Sternum? You do have some in the sternum, yeah? So what do joints do? Joints help your body move. So if the skeletal structure, if the skeletal system provides you with support and structure, right? The joints are what lets that support and structure move around with the help of muscles, right? You have more joints, as we found, as we just looked up. Apparently you have between 250 and 350 joints in your body, which still seems like a wide variation for me. But you have more joints in your body than you do bones. Remember, we have 206 bones in the adult human body. You have more joints than you do bones. There are 3 types of joints that we're going to talk about today. Barrowfew Pie Bear, come up with the 10 bits. Thanks for the bits. Cerulean with the 69. Hold on, wait for it. There it is.
Everyone asks who's a good boy, but no one asks how is the good boy.
I know, nobody asked. They're like, who's a good boy? I'm like, I am. And they're like, okay. And then that's it. The conversation's over. They're done. They've moved on. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, but that's me. Would you want to know? I'm the good boy. What'd you want to know? And they're just like, oh, wait, what? Oh, we're not like, yeah, you got to follow that up with something. How am I? I'm doing okay. I'm all right. I'd say I'm more surviving than thriving, but I'm not failing. So there's that. I am, yeah, I'm not, maybe I'm slowly moving towards shore, but I'm definitely not sinking into the ocean. So we're just not, you know, we're getting there. We're keeping our head above water. The last few months have been a little stressful, but you know, this helps. Streaming helps. And you know, I have other ways of relaxing. Just buy GME stock. Yeah, if I could. You can't right now. Nobody's letting buy. Although I looked at it like 12, right before I started streaming, it looked like someone had opened it up. So those stocks should start going back up. Hold on, what is it at right now? I want to look at this. It's at 230, so it's like leveled out. God, I got up to 430, 492 today. At 210. Absolutely insane, dude. And now it's back up, now back down to 230, but give it some time, it'll go back up. Not sure if Cinder Collie is the bestest boy. I saw him being in the neighbor's yard the other day. What? I had to go. Well, you want me to go in your house next time? Fine, okay. Show me where you live. I'll go piss all over your stuff next time then. God. What do you want me to do? That's like saying, oh yeah, I saw Yuma Capital using the urinal. Like, yeah. It's what they're supposed to do. Okay, so fibrous joints. You always be in the neighbor's yard? Yeah, it's a little awkward sometimes, but you know, it's better than going in your own yard. You just tell them you're fertilizing the soil with all those nutrients that are coming out with your urine, all those electrolytes. It's what the plants crave, right? So fibrous joints. Fibrous joints are made up of dense connective fibrous tissue. These joints do not move. Where do you guys think you might find joints that don't move? So a joint is a connection between two bones. Where might you need two bones to connect and not move? The skull. And actually a couple other places too. So not just your skull, but that's obviously the most important. That's probably the most recognizable ones. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You gotta give more than that, metalworking. Tux is a good boy. Yes, he is. Tux is a fantastic boy. Fantastic boy. He is. Dude, diffuse.
Who's a good boy? Cinder, I heard you were a good boy. I would absolutely give you the reward if you didn't just threaten to pee on people's things and ate hot dogs with ketchup on them like normal people.
So you're gonna hold my good boy hostage? That's almost worse. Just call someone else a good boy then. Jeez. Dude, Diffuse Moose coming with the 2-1 sub for 11 freaking months. Look at that founder's badge on him. The moose is let loose in the caboose. I ran out of things there. Diffuse, you're coming on the colic here from those big clanky hooves all the way to those stupid antlers. I got you covered. Guys, if it wasn't for Diffuse, I probably would have never streamed. Just so you know. I remember I was watching Diffuse's stream once, and he was like, Cinder, when are you going to start streaming? And I was like, yeah, okay. I know how much work it is. I know it's going to be a lot of effort. How'd that work out for me? How'd that work out for me? You've done it regardless. I did, and I have you to thank for initially planting that seed, Diffuse. Thank you. And I'm bummed that we can't hang out more because you're on the West Coast, even though the East Coast is the Beast Coast, and the West Coast can be the best coast, but the East Coast is the Beast Coast because we're all beasts over here, which means we're good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. You want to be a beast. But Diffuse, the times that we do get to play games together, I've always enjoyed it. You know that. So, fibrous joints. So yes, your skull, your coronal suture, right? The sutures of your skulls that hold your bones together as your skull grows and forms as a child, eventually sealing and connecting together. Those become fibrous joints. You have sutures in your brain with specific names that we're not going to talk about. But also, you have this between your tibia and your fibula, as well as your ulna and your radius. Remember when we talked about how those bones kind of twist around each other? You have joints in there to hold those bones together to keep them from falling apart. And yes, you have fibrous joints in your teeth. You technically have to connect those teeth to something. You see, you have these in your roots here. You have gamophysis. I've never heard that term before this, which is a fibrous joint connecting your teeth to your skull, so that way you can actually eat. So these are non-moving joints. They do not move. They're made of dense connective tissue. You don't really get to know much of these joints because you never really realize how important they are until something goes wrong with it. There we go. So if fibrous joints don't move at all, cartilaginous joints, made of cartilage, move a little bit. They allow some movement, but not free. They are not freely moving. Where do you guys think we might need joints that allow for some movement, but not free movement? You guys have said some of the places already. Where do we need maybe a little bit of movement, but we still need to be stiff, but allow some, a little bit of wiggle room in there? Beast Coast versus Least Coast. Silver being, I like that. The spine, yes, the spine is one of them. The chest, the rib cage, so attaching your ribs to your sternum. And then the discs in between your spine, right? They allow for some movement while connecting. There's one more. It's a big bone, guys. Oh, it's actually on here. The pelvis, the pubic symphysis, which is the cartilaginous joint that connects the two sides of the pelvis in the front. This is great for absorbing and helping with walking, right? You can allow these hips to kind of move a little bit. So that way they're not, when you walk with your left leg here, your right side of your hip isn't taking extra force from it. There's also a very important reason why we'd want our pelvis to be able to move, especially if you're female. I guess that doesn't really matter for males, but for females, to help with childbirth. You want those hips to be able to expand a little bit, to be able to move. So that way you can push a child out of them. So cartilaginous joints allow for some movement. They're found in the spine, the pelvis, and the rib cage most prominently. Sometimes this area here, this cartilage can get infected or kind of get inflamed. You can get some chest pain that we call costochondritis, I believe is the name, is it? Costochondritis. There it is. Which is inflammation of inflammation of the cartilaginous joints of the ribs, which hurts like hell, by the way. You can be like Shakira. Those hips don't lie. I'm shaking my hips now. I don't know why. You guys can't see it. But finally, we'll get to the last classification of joints, which has the most things we're going to talk about, which is your synovial joints. These are the exciting ones of the group because these are the ones that let us do all this stuff. That let's go like, these are your free moving joints. And it's actually quite ingenious what evolution has done to make these. So your synovial joints are going to be all the other joints in your body. So your fingers, your wrist, your arm, right? Your elbow, your shoulder, your hips, your knee, your foot, your toes, all the things that you can freely move around. Even if you think about it, just moving your head side to side, that is by the help of a synovial joint. So what are synovial joints? Synovial joints are two bones that are fixed with this nifty looking structure. So what you have here is you have two bones that are attached by what we call a joint cavity. That cavity is then filled with synovial fluid that works as a lubricant between the two joints. All right. Think of this. What did I wrote? I wrote a note on here. Where's my synovio? Think of it like grease on a hinge. So if you grease up a hinge in between two places, it's going to help with, help with the movement and prevent friction, right? You also have some cartilage at the end of those bones that help prevent an extra cushion to prevent any fractures or smaller fractures from occurring and give you extra support and cushion. If you did not have the synovial sac and the synovial fluid to help lubricate these joints, running would cause enough heat and friction to not only destroy the bones and grind them down onto each other, it would actually cause enough heat to cook the surrounding tissue. If you were to run on a joint with no synovial fluid, you could actually cook the surrounding tissue with how hot it would get just based on their friction alone. If you could even withstand the pain, that is, because it would be incredibly painful to do that. This allows for free movement of the joint, right? So you're probably all maybe moving your knee right now or moving your elbow, right? And there's 6 different types, different configurations of synovial joints that we're going to talk about. They allow for different types of movements. Some are uniaxial, which means they allow for one axis movement. Some are biaxial, which allow for 2 or different axes of movement. And some are multiaxial, like your ball and socket joints that allow for free movement in multiple directions. We're also going to talk about some terminology as well for some of these movements. I'm going to use my joints for a second. Hold on. Yeah, use them joints. Every time you bop your head, every time you move your arms, every time you crack your knuckles, move your fingers, grab onto things, point fingers at people when they make you freaking mad, you use those synovial joints. As well as a whole other things with your nervous system and whatnot. But so there are 6 main types of synovial joints that we're going to talk about. And each of them represents different types of movement that are found within your body. So you have your pivot joints, like the joints on your skull that allow you to look around, but also the joint within your radius in your ulna that allows you to rotate your hand like this. Remember when I had you guys feel your bones the other day and I told you to rotate your arm and you can feel the bones kind of rotating around each other? That's thanks to a pivot joint. All right, you have things like a hinge joint, which allows for biaxial movement. Okay, you have condyloid joints, ball and socket joints, plane joints, and saddle joints. We're going to talk about each of these individually and talk about where they're typically found. I think we're at the end of this, right? Yeah. So your plane joints are going to be when you have one bone resting up against the flat surface of another bone. So you have two flat surfaces kind of gliding over each other, right? So if you think of like, take your hand, right? Where's my hand? Come on, give me my hand. Give me my hand. Give me my hand. And you kind of like move it, right? Those bones in your hand, like actually in your hand here, are kind of sliding across each other, right? It allows for some movement in there, so they're not all just stiff, and it allows some movement of that just kind of like sliding motion, right? Kind of like that flat on flat sliding motion. This is what's known as a plane joint. All right, you have some synovial fluid in there, helps move it around. This happens in your feet as well. Typically when you have all these short bones crammed together, you're gonna have a lot of flat surfaces rubbing on each other, and you cannot have that happen. So our evolution designed a plane joint, which allows those bones to slide around each other without causing friction. What is the acronym for hand bones again? Some lovers try positions that they can't handle. Some lovers try positions that they can't handle. That is the mnemonic for the bones of the hand. You'll also find plane joints a couple other places. You find it in your spinal cord with your processes, your spinal processes rubbing against each other. You find some of these in your ribs and your vertebrae, your carpal bones, metatarsal bones, your tarsal bones, so your hands and your feet. Also in your sacrum and your coccyx, so at the end of your spine, you have some plane joints down there. But primarily it's going to be in your hands and your feet are going to be the most prominent ones, as you have all those tiny little small short bones being crammed together. We're going to do these two together. The hinge joint and the condylar joint. You guys are very familiar with these. These are the two types of, these are the two joints that allow you to do flexion and extension. So flexion is when you decrease the angle between two bones, thus such as taking your hand and flexing up towards your face, right? Whereas extension is extending that angle, right? So if you put your arm out, you are extending your elbow. If you touch your hand to your shoulder, you are flexing that joint, right? Extension, flexion. Hyperextension is when you go past the normal extension endpoint and you hyperextend past that. That's when injuries occur. So if we're talking about the hinge joint, you can already kind of assume which bone we're talking about or which type of movement we're talking about. We're talking about your elbows and your knees, which are hinge joints. So you can see how it slides in there. This is a nice little pictogram. I like this because it shows you, right? You get this kind of round, cylinder sliding into almost like a half pipe to work as a hinge. Remember when we talked about feeling your olecranon fossa and your olecranon process on your elbow? That is what's happening. Your body has created a hinge for your elbow to be able to move around. And that feeling you get when you extend your elbow and you feel your olecranon process slide in there is that hinge extending and opening. You also have this on your knee as well. The hinge joint allows for uniaxial because you can only go forward and back, right? But say if you wanted biaxial, you get what we call a condylar joint, which is similar to a hinge joint, but instead of it being a cylinder within a half pipe, you have kind of like a convex circle within a concave joint. This is usually found in your fingers, and this allows for biaxial. So if you take your finger, right? Come on, get my hand. That's your flexion, extension, right? But you can move your finger in a circular motion. So if you hold your hand out in front of you, okay, flex, extend, flex, extend. Those are due to those condylar joints within your knuckles, right? But then you can also go in a circular motion as well. Now try doing that with your elbow. You cannot do your elbow in a circular motion without involving other joints to do it, right? But your finger, you can hold your finger still and rotate it in a circular motion thanks to that condylar joint. They work in the same principle. They work for flexion and extension, for closing and opening those angles, but your knuckles let you do it in two directions. Your elbow only lets you do it in one direction. Oh no, did I close out of my big picture? No, there it is. Okay. So your hinge joints, you find it on your elbow and your knee. Typically is going to be the most, those are going to be the biggest ones that you have. And then where do we have, did they put condylar on here? I actually don't see it. The only other thing they show is that the phalanges, which is your condylar. So this is really the only two places you're going to find these. You've never stared so intently at your own fingers before. Isn't it cool though? You never think about it until someone tells you about it. You never think about the fact that the way our bodies move, right? This is why anatomy and physiology is so interesting to me. Because if you understand how your bodies move, right, it helps you, you know, it's just, you might as well, it's your body. Like you got to live with that thing. You gotta take care of that thing. And in order to take care of something, you got to know how it works, right? You know, it's like trying to take care of a car and not knowing how a car works or how an engine works. It's important to understand how things work so that way you can better take care of it. Completely taken for granted. It's amazing, isn't it? Like, I bet if you knew that your knuckles and your elbow were the same style of joint, but slightly different, allowing your knuckles to move in two directions as opposed to one, like you would have had to have gone through an anatomy class for that. You wouldn't have known that otherwise. Before we move away from the hand, let's talk about the saddle joint. There is one part of your hand. Oh God, I exited out of the wrong one. Oh, I never got, oh, okay. I got to get some pictures for a sec. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I forgot to grab pictures for one of the joints. That's okay. We'll talk about it next. Where do you guys think the saddle joint is? What do you think this is? Human capital, you know it. The thumb. So your thumb actually has its own joint. This is part of how humans became so damn powerful, is because of these opposable thumbs, because we have a saddle joint there. The saddle joint allows for you to take your thumb and touch your pinky.
Bitties for the good boy.
Bitties for the good boy. Oh my God, Snooker Wolf coming with this 278 bits. Holy freaking crap. Look at Tux go. Look at that werewolf. Quality werewolf. Thanks for the 278 bits. I appreciate it. So if you take your hand, okay, touch your thumb down to your palm, kind of near where your pinky is. I can't do it on the model, but touch your thumb down and back. Thumb down and back. That is thanks to a saddle joint, which allows you to make that movement, which allows us to grab things, give a thumbs up sign, give a thumbs down side, touch our pinky and our fingers together, or our thumb and our pinky, or our thumb and all of our other fingers together, right? It's what allowed humans to have opposable thumbs, is that saddle joint. It's its own type of joint where you kind of have that U shape, those two U shapes connecting to each other. Opposable thumbs are power, and with power comes tools, and with tools comes meat, and with meat comes bigger brains, because more calories. With bigger brains means better tools and better understanding of the universe, and that's how we slowly became the dominant species on this planet. This one's easy. Where are your ball and socket joints? Your shoulders and your hips. Yes, hold on. I gotta find pictures because I don't have pictures. That'll work. I somehow neglected to get ball and socket joint. The ball and socket joint, probably the four most well-known joints is going to be your shoulders and your hips, right? So where your humeral head attaches to your shoulder blade and where your femoral head attaches to your acetabulum, which I still think was a good name for a t-shirt.
Pets and ear scritches for the good boy.
Dude, Arctic Wolf, come on, 100 bits. Thank you for the scritches. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for 100 bits. So ball and socket joints allow for multi-axial movement, right? So you can go down, you can go sideways, you can go backwards, right? It allows for multiple directions of movement because of the way that it's developed, that ball in that socket, right? But with that extended movement comes a weaker joint. Why do you think people are always dislocating their hips and their shoulders? Why do you think they're the most commonly dislocated joints in the body? Because they are also the most flexible. The more flexible and the more movement allowed in a joint, the less stable it is. Thus, for example, we go all the way back to our skull. There is no movement in the skull, which makes those joints the most stable in the body, right? And you think about where those stable joints need to be, surrounding important things like your brain and surrounding your chest and your rib, you know, your lungs and your heart. Those need to be nice, stable joints, which means they have little movement. Whereas you think about your hips and your legs, you can live without a leg and without an arm, but a little bit difficult. But those joints are allowed for more movement, which means less stable. So we see a lot of shoulder dislocations, we see a lot of hip dislocations, and you just pop it back in most of the time. But it allows for multiple movement. Now, if you put your hand at your side, all right, so everybody put your hand at your side, down, like put your hand straight down at your side. Now lift your arm up like you're T-posing, okay? So the act of bringing your arms up to a T-pose is known as abduction. You're abducting. I always think of it like an alien abducting me. It's taking me away, it's pulling me up. So as you pull your arms out and up, that is abduction. As you pull your arms back down to your side, that is adduction. I like to think of that like you're adding to your body, right? So you have abduction. And you have adduction. I forgot to see in here. All right. Taking your arms out, abduction. Taking your arms in, adduction. Okay. You can do that with your, kind of hard to do it with your hips, but you can definitely do it with your arms. But if you just move your arm around, just hold your arm straight, you can move it around without involving any other joints, right? If you keep your arm straight, you can go forward, you can go up, you can go out, right? And you can do everything in between, multi-axial. You can move on multiple axes to move that joint around. Now, you can't go too far back, right? You can't go too far down, but you can still move it around in multiple axes. All right. A little bit harder to do with the hip, but you can still do it as well with that. There's really nowhere else in the body that these joints are found other than the hips and the shoulders. And same with the saddle joint. The only real place that the saddle joint is found is in your thumb. And remember, all of these joints are synovial joints, which means they all have little pockets of synovial fluid surrounded by a synovial capsule with some ligaments surrounding it as well to help with the movement. All these types of joints have this system in it. They have that fluid and they have that lubricant in between the bones to help them move. Your planes, your hinge and condylar, your saddle, your ball and socket, and your pivot joints. Your pivot joints are what allow you to rotate your wrist and are also what allow you to turn your head from side to side and do like this. Essentially, you have one bone sitting into a notch or something of another, and it allows it to pivot around it. So if you were to do what we did last time, where you stick your hand out and kind of grab your forearm and rotate your hand, you can feel those bones rotating around each other. That is thanks to the pivot joint in your radius and your ulna. Now, to rotate your hand, your palm upwards, this is known as supination. To rotate your palm downwards is known as pronation. Supinate, pronate. Supinate, pronate. The way I remember this, holding a bowl of soup. You gotta have your palm up if you want to hold a bowl of soup. So you're supinating. And then pronation is the other one. I don't have a nifty thing for pronation. If you know what supination is, you know what pronation is. So that rotation has names: supinate, pronate, supinate, pronate. That is thanks to this joint in your radius and your ulna that allow you to rotate side to side and rotate in that way. I love that you have a mnemonic for everything. It's how I help remember stuff. It's what they told us. If you can remember silly mnemonics, you know, it helps. Now, take all of these together and you can do crazy movements, right? So between being able, the pivot joints allowing you to rotate your hands this way, your hinge joints allowing you to go back and forth, and then your shoulder joint allowing you to do that stuff, pretend like you're throwing or doing a lasso. Okay? So make the lasso motion above your head, and you can see how all of those joints work together, including the sliding joints in your hand, can work together to give you fluid movement. Try it. Do it right now. I'm doing it right here. You can see my head moving as I'm doing it. You can feel, if you go slow, you can kind of feel your shoulder, your ball and socket joint rotating on its axis, right? Your arm extends and flexes at the elbow, right? And your wrist rotates as you're doing it. It takes all of those joints together to make that nice fluid movement. So all of them serve a purpose. And just think about through your day-to-day what you do, right? Using a mouse, right? At the computer allows for movements in your wrist, that sliding movement in your wrist to move your wrist around, right? Grabbing a cup of water, like I just did. You use that saddle joint and all those condylar joints in your hand to grab it, and then you use some of your other joints to move it towards your mouth. Isn't that weird? Isn't it cool? This is so cool. Think about your foot. Rotate your foot around. Point your toes down towards the ground, then up towards the sky. Do dorsa extension and dorsiflexion. Move it around. Get comfortable with your joints. Keep them lubricated. Keep them moving. Have you ever thought about your joints like this? You probably just take it for granted all the time. Milo Fur, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Flobby Flock. Using a mouse, grabbing a cup of water. Yep, that's about the extent of my day. But even just think about like all the little fine movements, right? Typing on a keyboard, right? All the movements that are involved about that, right? All those joints that have to function properly just for you to type on a keyboard. So going for a walk is actually good for your joints, not just for walking and like cardio, walking, running is good for everything. When we were talking about bones, remember I mentioned the osteoblasts and the osteoclasts and how one of them breaks it down and one of them builds it up. The more you utilize that, the stronger things get. So the more you run, the more you cause tiny little breaks in your bone, the more they get healed over stronger every time. Silverwolf, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Flobby Flock. I'm so glad I walk every day. Let me see how many. I can tell you exactly how far I walked at work yesterday. It was a rough day yesterday. How far did I work? Where's my Fitbit? Oh, I got to pull this up because I actually am curious. It was what I did yesterday. No, that's not what I want. I did 20,000 steps yesterday at work. 20,285. Does it tell me my mileage? There we go. How many miles did I walk? I walked 8.77 miles at work yesterday. You can always tell what days I work because of how many miles I walk.
Who's a good boy?
David!
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Not you at Cinder Collie,
Son
but
of
at
a bitch.
Ahmed's. Lol made you think.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. You guys cannot be trusted anymore. I'm not even sad anymore. Don't worry. Y'all have what's coming for you. At some point, it'll come back and bite you. Anyways, I walked 8 miles at work yesterday. Cool. It's because everybody's learning. Also, we don't talk about numbers in this. We don't talk about numbers in my stream. Don't talk about numbers. We ain't talking about numbers. Unless we're talking about those stonks that keep rising. You walked 9 miles at work yesterday? You gotta get some good shoes. I invested in some really good shoes and it saved my back. No stats, only facts. Well, stats can be facts, but you know. I want to talk about one more thing before we move on from the lecture. Wait, what did I just do? Oh God! Oh, well, okay. Well, my pivot joints got destroyed. That's okay. Put that back there. There we go. And then we'll pull that out. There we go. Wait, what the hell? Oh my god. There we go. That's what I wanted. One of these days I'll get like an actual drawing program for all this. I'm only doing Electron bones because I'm a dog and I want bones. I always want bones. Give me them bones. You know what time it is? It's time to enter the bone zone. I want them bones. KQ, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Fobby Flock. What's up? We can't talk about joints without talking about arthritis. You want demonic bark? How's that? Free bones! Yes, that's right. You've entered the bone zone. Well, you get free bones all day long. Cutest demon ever.
Can I harvest your soul, please? Can I just have it, please? Just give it to me right now. Come on. I just want it.
I think a lot of you guys would give up your soul right there and then. Absolutely. SCP-096. Oh, which one's that? Hold on. Which one's this one? Does he like bones? Oh, that's the tall, scary one. Tall, skinny, white one. What the hell? What the hell are you talking about? Can't give up what I sold for my music? That's fair. It's a fair trade. That autotune is aesthetically pleasing. So arthritis. So there's two main types of arthritis. You have osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Both of them affect different parts of the body and different parts of the joint. Both of them cause a lot of pain and swelling in the joint though. Farland Fulf, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Shut up and take my soul. Okay.
Come on. Give it to me. I want it. Give me your soul. I'm putting my hand out for it. Just put it in there. Come on. Come on. I don't have all day. Let's go. Come on. You told me I could have it. I want to have it. Let's go.
Infection of the arth. Yes, it's an infection of your arth. The well-known arth. Put a bowl of soup. Yes, I'm supinating. I'm using my supination with some flexion to make the motion of saying, give it to me. Come on. Anybody have arthritis? Or know of anybody? I'm sure you guys know of people who have arthritis. Chicken Wing, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. So osteoarthritis occurs when you have breakdown of the cartilage between the joints. And you get this bone-on-bone rubbing, right? Oops. And when you start to get that bone-on-bone rubbing, you start to get inflammation and damage and pain. This is the most common type of arthritis. This can come from just overuse, right? Some people just sometimes poor diet, just not taking care of your body. Or like people who run on pavement a lot can start to have some osteoarthritis and breakdown of that synovial joint on their knees, right? This is probably the most common one that you see because it's just from wear and tear and just abuse essentially until eventually you get these bone ends rubbing together, which causes pain because you have thinned cartilage and thin synovial sacs. What are the best foods to eat for joint care? I have no idea. Ask an orthopedic doctor. There's 2 R's in arthritis. Did I really spell arthritis wrong? No. Oh. Okay, listen. I was trying to make demon jokes and I forgot an R. Okay. I know my spelling is terrible, but you know what? You guys don't come here for English lessons. DJ. Yo! Dude, Echo Shep coming with a rate of 30 freaking 7. What is up, doggo? What were you doing? What were you playing? Welcome in, guys. Echo, thanks for sharing your community with mine, and thanks for blasting my ears full of wonderful HWK. Thank you. Thank you. We're learning about joints. We're at the end of the lecture. If you guys hang around for a second, you will hear the recap of the entire lecture where we talk about all the different types of joints in your body, your hands, your feet, your skull, your arms. We're going to talk about them again here in a second once we finish talking about arthritis. Yo! Tacky Muck Cry. Muck Cry, is that like a mukbang, like a muck cry where everybody gets together and cries? That sounds therapeutic. Or you just start crying on, well, no, because mukbang is when you get on YouTube and eat a bunch of food, right? So as a muck cry, you just get on YouTube and cry while talking about things. I don't know. Ender Boss, Dreddy, and Snazzy Azzy. Thanks for the follow, guys. Welcome in. So your osteoarthritis is when you start to get that breakdown and that breakdown and damage to the cartilage, which allows for those 2 bones to rub together, right? Remember when we started talking about synovial joints, I told you those bones have that cartilage kind of covering over the ends of it to prevent friction and to help with lubrication. As those start to break down, you start to get bone on bone, which causes pain and inflammation. Rheumatoid arthritis is when your body starts attacking that actual synovial joint, causing chronic inflammation within the synovial membrane, which causes redness, inflammation, and pain. So the osteoarthritis is due to a breakdown of the cartilage at the end of the joints, causing bone on bone, where rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune issue where your body attacks the synovial joints, causing inflammation and pain. He's using a stream to study for your test. I'm actually using my stream to teach people. I'm not in school anymore. I've been out of school for 6 years. Thankfully, 6 years. I haven't had to go back. I don't plan on going back. I've had colleagues being like, oh, you're going to go back and get your master's degree? I'm like, screw that. I got out of college with a degree and I'm done. I'm never going back. Screw it. I don't ever need one again. A muck cry would be going to an orphanage to tell them all that their parents went to Disneyland without them. Jesus. It's nothing to do with a mukbang. I know. I read it as muck cry. I don't know, what is it? Muck cry. But I read it as a muck cry, like a mukbang, and that's the first place my brain went. Eddie Maesters and Kubas, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Fobby Flock, guys. Welcome in. So joints. So in the last stream, we talked about bones and how all your bones support you and provide you with structure. And then today we talked about joints would allow those bones to move and give us movements and ability to walk and eat and grab things and do stuff. You have 3 main classification of joints. You have fibrous joints, which are joints that are made of thick connective fibrous tissue that don't move. These are joints commonly found in your skull, between the sutures in your skull, in your ulna and radius, and on your tibia and fibula, connecting those 2 bones together, as well as in your mouth with connecting your jawbone, your mandible, or your maxilla to your teeth. Your cartilaginous joints are joints that move a little bit, but not a lot, providing more structure but allowing for some movement. These joints are made of thick cartilage and can be found in your chest, connecting your ribs to your sternum, as well as down your spine, connecting your vertebrae together with those vertebral discs, and in your pubic symphysis, which is the connection between the 2 sides of your hip and your pelvic bone. These allow for a little bit of movement for shock absorption, but ultimately are much more stable than synovial joints. Your synovial joints are the fancy ones that everybody likes to use. These are the joints that allow for free movement between 2 bones. They are comprised of 2 bones that have bone ends that are covered with cartilage to provide for lubrication and friction dampening, as well as a joint capsule filled with what we call synovial fluid, which apparently looks like a like an egg white type thing. It's like kind of like a thick viscous fluid that allows for lubrication and friction reduction as well as heat reduction, much like putting grease on a hinge would. Within your synovial joints, you have 6 different types of synovial joints that allow for a multitude of different movements. You have pivot joints, saddle joints, plane joints, ball and socket joints, condylar joints, as well as hinge joints. Your plane joints are going to occur when you have any 2 flat surfaces rubbing against each other. These are primarily found in the small short bones in your hands and your feet that allow you to kind of move your hand around and shake your hand and let those bones all just kind of slide on each other. Your hinge and your condylar joints are responsible for your flexion and your extension. Your hinge joint allows for uniaxial movement, which allows you to move it in one direction, such as with your elbow. Extension is when you extend the arm out, increasing the angle between the 2 bones. Flexion is when you decrease the angle between the 2 bones. Hyperextension is when you go past the normal extension point and keep going, which is typically where damage occurs. If you take your elbow and extend it out, bring it to your shoulder, extend it out, you're utilizing the hinge joint in your elbow. That ulna and that humerus with the olecranon process and the olecranon fossa sliding into each other, allowing you for one movement. Your condylar joints are very similar to your hinge joints, but instead of it being one movement, it allows for biaxial movement or 2 movements. These look like little circles, little concave or convex circles slotted into concave sockets, which, like for your example, your finger allows you to flex and extend, but it also allows you to rotate your finger in a circle, giving you that biaxial movement. You can move it left and right, or you can flex it and extend it. Try doing that with your elbow, and you can't move your elbow in any other direction without utilizing the other joints in your body. Uniaxial in the elbow, biaxial in the fingers and toes. You actually let my hyper sheep out of the jar. God damn it, I gotta go catch it again. Saddle joints, there's only one of these, I think there's only one of these in the entire body actually, is the joint that connects your thumb to your hand and allows you to touch your thumb to your pinky and back. Also allows you to give a thumbs up or make a fist. It allows for that movement of your thumb, which lets us have opposable thumbs. I don't know why when I guess it blocks the view of the other fingers. Interesting. And then you have your ball and socket joints, which are the most well-known ones. These are the sockets or the joints that are that help with your shoulders and help with your hips. So it's a literal ball that slides into a socket, which allows for multi-axial movement. So you can take your hand out straight at the side. You can move it in front of you. You can move it up and anywhere in between on those 3 axes, right? Allows for multi-axial movement. If you were to take your hand from your sides and raise it up to a T pose, you would be doing abduction, which is you're moving that hand body part away from your body. That is abduction, like you're getting abducted by an alien. If you were to bring those hands from a T pose down to your side, you were doing adduction because you were adding those body parts back down to your body. Abduction is out, adduction is in. You caught the sheep? Oh, thank God. And then you burped it up. Well, thank you. The ball and socket joints allow for the most movement out of any of your joints, but are also the least stable of the joints, which is why you commonly see people dislocating their shoulders and dislocating their hips. And then last but not least, you have your pivot joints, which allows you to move your head from side to side and allows you to pronate, which is put your palm down, and supinate, which is to open your palm up towards the sky, your wrist. Supinate like you're holding a bowl of soup. Pronate is the other one. That motion, though, is because of those pivot joints with your radius and your ulna slotting in together like that. And then turning your head side to side is because of your atlas and your axis, the first two vertebrae in your neck. And that's it. That's my lecture on joints. That guy from Poland, thank you for catching the hyper sheep. Thank you. I put him right back on the desk. Look, he's back in his jar. Thank you. And I appreciate you catching him. Chuck the Fox, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Fubby Flock. Do you guys have a better appreciation for the joints in your body? What did you learn today? What did you guys like about it? Is it weird thinking about your joints now every time you move your hand? You're going to think about your joints every time you lift your arm up and make a lasso motion. You're going to think of all the joints involved in doing that. Rico Savan, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Fobby Flock. Welcome in. Rico Savan. What kind of joint is in the jaw? Oh, God. I actually don't know the answer to that. see, mandibular, temporal mandibular joint. That'd be TMJ. What kind of a joint is it? Let's see. It's a synovial, condylar, and hinge type joint. So it's both? Joint involves fibrocollagen surface. So it's a condylar joint, I think, or a hinge joint. It's one of the two, or maybe it's both. But it would fall under hinge. Which makes sense, because I guess it is a hinge. Why do joints ache when it's cold? I don't know the answer to that. What makes your thumb double joint? What do you mean? I don't know how people, I don't know the whole idea of like double jointedness. I don't know how that works. Did you mention carpal tunnel? I did not. I guess I could have mentioned carpal tunnel, but I didn't. Let's see. I don't even think I could tell you the actual definition of carpal tunnel. A narrow passageway surrounded by bones and ligaments on the palm side of your hand. When the median nerve is compressed, the symptoms can include numbness, tingling, and weakness. So it's like a ligament compresses on a nerve is what it sounds like. Nothing to do with joints. So it looks like the ligament like squeezes too tight and it narrows the pathway for the nerve. Is that what happens? I think so. Transverse carpal ligament. I think it maybe, does it constrict blood flow as well? Oh, that's what would be my guess. Sinner is a good boy. Oh, well, thank you, Caleb. I appreciate it. My hands are double jointed, so they're more flexible than normal. Okay. What are you using that increased flexibility for? I'm using mine to grab some water. I thought it was a joint thing. I don't think so. I think arthritis is your main, other than dislocations, arthritis is going to be your main joint issue. And you can get like gout too. Gout, I believe, is a buildup of acid. It's like a, what kind of acid is it? Uric acid? It's like a buildup of crystals. Yeah, uric acid buildup, which makes these crystals in the joints. This happens in your toes. And then those crystals cause damage. Gout is extremely painful. No chirping cat.
2 months of watching medical education puzzle dog and the best of all Tux dancing.
Yes! Look at that,
Thanks
Tux.
for the stream.
Dude, Chirping Cat, come up with a tier 2 sub for 2 freaking months. Chirping Cat, you've been so supportive of the stream in the last 2 months. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chirping Cat, you're covered under extended collie care coverage from the Flops to the Beans. I got you covered for nothing. From eating a ton of fish. I believe it comes from red meat too. Here. You get this like uric acid buildup that creates these, when you get too much uric acid together, you end up with, it like precipitates out and it forms crystals, which then end up damaging the joint and cause this swelling. You can give medications to help with that, but also diet will help with this as well. Apparently it hurts like hell. But yeah, that doesn't look comfortable at all.
Woohoo! Shotspot!
Let's see. A form of arthritis characterized by pain. No, that was the main cause of gout. Uricemia. So high amount of uric acid in blood. Where there's too much uric acid in the body makes uric acid when it breaks down purines, which are found in your body in foods you eat. What foods cause gout? Organ meats, red meats, seafood, alcohol, and beer. There you go. What's the fastest way to get rid of gout? NSAIDs and corticosteroids. Also medications like, what is it, allopurinol and colchicine, I believe, are the gout medications we give. My father hurt their elbow They've been a bulge ever since. Does that ever? I have no idea. Chirpy Cat with the fifth. Oh God, wrong
Next
button.
badge get. Also here biscuits for the collie.
Dude, Chirpy Cat come up with the 1500 bits, dude. Holy crap. My God, don't you have like, you buy coffee with that money or something? Got something else you can spend that on? Go get yourself something nice. Go buy some GameStop stock. Go spend that money and go buy some GameStop stock. You could like triple your investment right now. Chirpy Cat with the 1500 bits making tuck stance. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the support. Thank you. You're saying ibuprofen is plausibly a legitimate treatment to gout? I mean, it's an NSAID, so. Dude, I think people underestimate how amazing ibuprofen is. Yeah, sure, it doesn't get you high like some of the other pain medicines does, but like 600 milligrams to 800 milligrams of ibuprofen fixes like all of my pains. Like if my back is hurting me, I'll take some ibuprofen. If I have a headache, I'll take some ibuprofen. If I am sore from the gym, I take some ibuprofen. So it'll actually help decrease some of that inflammation that's causing pain. Tylenol is great too, but man, ibuprofen, other than the fact that it's not great for your stomach acid and your stomach lining, yeah, it's pretty amazing. Acetylsalicylic acid, aspirin, has been a boon for society. Aspirin's probably one of the best medical. Aspirin is up there with like putting fluoride in drinking water as one of the biggest medical advancements in human technology. We still use aspirin. It is our number one. It's like our number one go-to for acute coronary syndrome. You're having a heart attack, have an aspirin. You have a history of heart attack, take some aspirin, right? There's a couple other things that it's apparently been shown to be good for. It helps with fever. It's an antipyretic. All because some people, some of our ancestors, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, decided to chew on some willow bark, which had salicylic acid in it. They chewed on willow bark and they're like, hey, this stuff is really good for treating pain. And it also is really good for when our family has fevers. We should start giving it to them. And then eventually we found out that it contained aspirin. Fluoride in water damages the brain. Your aunt is okay. Well, it also helps prevent cavities in literally everybody who drinks water. Fluoride is like one of the biggest medical advancements, if not the most influential medical advancement in the history of humankind. Putting fluoride in drinking water. I think people really underestimate how important that is and how much we take it for granted. Lizardbith Art, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Bobby Flock. Welcome in. Interesting. You want to know the story of how they found fluoride? I actually know this story. There was I believe there was like a well in Colorado somewhere where they was very high in fluoride content, and they were drinking it, right? They were drinking the fluoride, really high concentrated fluoride water, and in high enough concentrations, fluoride will stain your teeth brown. And what happened is these dentists came to town and noticed that all of these people had really brown stained teeth, but none of them had cavities despite the fact that their teeth looked like trash. So they started calling it Colorado brown stain, which sounds like a horrible sex move, but they started calling it Colorado brown stain when they would have these brown teeth. Let's see, Colorado brown stain. And eventually from this, they figured out that it was the fluoride in the water. So these people had these horribly stained teeth, but no cavities. So they were like, well, there's gotta be something in the fluoride that's preventing these people from getting cavities because their teeth look like crap otherwise. And that's when they figured out that fluoride in water helps prevent cavities, which is like, I think from a dental health standpoint has completely revolutionized our society. I don't think people realize how closely entwined and mixed together dental health is with everything else, because we separate them out between your dentist and you have dental insurance and health insurance, when in reality, dental health plays a huge role in normal body health. Gum infections is a very easy way for an infection to get down to your heart and cause endocarditis. Before we would do heart surgery on people, we would have to do x-rays of their mouth and jaw to look for infection. Uh-oh, I'm getting a phone call. I'm not going to answer that. My aunt just doesn't like chemicals in the water. It turns frogs gay. Does she like drink soda? Because it's basically all chemicals. Does she eat fast food? It's all chemicals. Like, chemicals aren't bad. Everybody's like, oh, I don't want chemicals in my whatever. Like, well, there's chemicals in everything, so. But, you know, it's okay to be, I guess, continue to be detached from reality. Eventually, everything will catch up with you at some point. Water is a chemical. Speaking of water, guys, give me a hot second to go refill my water because I forgot to fill it up before stream started because my computer crashed and I panicked and I forgot to fill up my water before the stream, so I drank all my water. So give me a second to go fill up my water and then we're gonna play Quern. I'll be back in just a second, guys. Hold on. Guys, do me a favor. Spam the hyper sheep and watch the sheep for me. Keep an eye on them, okay? Don't let any of the hyper sheep get out. Okay, I'll be right back.
Got me up tonight, and neither of us want to come down. It's telling me I might be crazy. It's telling me there's no way out.
Were you guys good? Did you protect the hyper sheep? You didn't let any of the hyper sheep get out, did you? I really don't want to have to capture those hyper sheep again. It was a lot of freaking work. It was a lot of work to capture all those hyper sheep, you know. Wesley. That's basically me when I play any first-person shooter. If dihydrogen monoxide enters, as long as you can die within a minute. Dihydrogen monoxide has 100% kill rate. Anybody who's ever consumed dihydrogen monoxide is going to die. All right, let's play Quern. We might be able to actually finish Quern today. Let's see. Tusky, what's up, Tusky? Oh God.
Cheers from a medical manufacturing employee. Massive respect for everything you do to help your patients. Thanks for the lecture.
Dude, Turbulence coming with the 500 bits. Disappointing, JD. 500,000 milligrams of morphine. Are you insane? That's so much. Thanks for the 500 bits. I appreciate it. From a manufacturer employee. What do you work for BD, I bet, don't you? Make those little 3cc syringe that I like so much. Oh, I used a new type of IV yesterday. They're called Nexivas. They're like all self-contained. It was really neat. I actually got kind of excited. I got to use a new type of IV yesterday. Probably got more excited than I should have been for a needle. Shellcore, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Paul Make, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Sogs the Wolf, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. You finished the game so you can watch the stream again? Okay, Fox guy, let me ask you this. How close am I to the end? Don't just give me like, am I like 2/3 of the way done, 3/4, 80%, 50%? You'll see in a second when we load up where I'm at. What would happen if I threw you into water? I would swim to shore and probably kick your ass. Well, unless why are you throwing me into the water? I can swim, you know. I know how to swim. Maybe not the strongest swimmer, but I can manage. Uh-oh. It does this every time. It's gonna crash and then it'll load. Chat. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, good. Okay, that's right. We were trying to figure out this puzzle. And I think I'm like, I'm pretty damn sure that I'm pretty damn sure we're missing some of these. I mean, we definitely are missing some because we're missing 2. But I'm not really sure where we need to go to find the others. Also, can oh good, who did that? Who switched it? Shugaka, thank you. Is there any place that we... There's got to be some puzzles we haven't done yet because I need the rest of those to get that last piece. And I need to go find those glass, I guess you call them like lenses. I guess they are lenses, yeah. I gotta go find those lenses to figure out where we can put those. Oh, Beta Pop, thank you. I know it was one of you guys. I saw Shugaka's name on there. Beta Pop, thank you, Beta. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Woohoo!
Shazbot. Vince, thanks for the host. What's up, Vince? Is there story or lore? Yeah, we got dropped on this island. Time doesn't exist anymore. We stay like eternally young. We don't have to worry about eating anything. We just have to solve the puzzles, and there's a green mist, like a green mystical figure, as well as some guy who's been talking to us through notes. Can I take that one? Oh, what about this one? I can't take that back. Damn it. I don't think there was anything else over here that we needed. Why did you choose Floppy or Collie? Because a friend of mine said I should be a border collie, and I was like, okay. And that's the story of how I became a collie. I know it's not exciting. It's not supposed to be. I don't have any cool, exciting stories for how I became a border collie. Can I take any of these lenses? No, we burnt out all those crystals. Did you find that last lens spot? What do you mean? We're missing 2 lenses. I was bullied into being a collie. It wasn't so much bullied. It was more like, I was like, I didn't put up a fight. I was like, okay. Are lenses single use? I believe they are, because I can't take that one out of the where I used it before. But I'm not really sure where the other ones are, because I put this one in here, unless there's a way I can pop this out. No. Oh, I got an idea. Let's go back. Was there anything in the alchemy area that we didn't start with the torch? We got the new torch now. Was there anything that we can turn on over there? You're about 65% of the way through. Are you serious? We're only about a little past halfway. Oh my god. We're gonna be playing this game for a while. Because we haven't even gotten the green crystals yet, which I can see. Okay, Fox Guy, let me ask you a question. Do I need those other 2... do I need the other 2 lenses to make the first... That first, what's it called? Like the first pattern? Hold on a second, I wanna do drugs for a second, hold on. I think this one sped me up. There's nothing in here that I missed, is there? Oh no, that slowed me down! I took a downer, not an upper. Okay, I have all of them I need. Okay. Alright, so then I just gotta do that then. Alright, hold on, let me do drugs. And there we go. I don't know where these lenses are, so let's just do drugs. Mod check? Anybody around? No? Okay, let's take the drugs. No. Grimo! Grimo, what's up? Hi, Grimo. Alright, so that's the pattern I gotta make. How am I doing? I'm doing well, Grandma. How are you? Okay, so that either goes there. Thinking that's probably the best spot for it. Yeah. Oh no, that needs to be a full. I think that needs to go there because that'll give me that half on that right side. That'll give me the half on the left side. But I can't go there. Look behind you. These numbered? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 6 of them. One 70. This is 248. Oh, that's almost good. Hold on. If only there was zoom. Is there a way to zoom? I don't think I have a way of zooming in. Two, 4, 8, 3. Whoa, what? I didn't know you could do that. Dude, we were like this far into the game. I'm just finding out you can zoom in. I mean, that's basically, that's this part right here done with just one piece. Okay. It's another piece done. Does it have to be a perfect match? Oh my god, so close. Dude, we're so close. If I just need to get that one, I need to get one inwards more. Let's think about this. Which one of these, which one's... But that can't be down like that. I think that's the only one that I can do for the middle. That one and that one. That one's got to be like that. And this one's got to be either like this, which I can't do, or like that, which I also can't do because... What do these do? What are the numbers here for? So I'm gonna be stuck on this just guessing for the next however many minutes until I eventually find something that works right. There's a compass. Oh! Oh! $70. Oh! I would have been there forever trying to figure... Okay, so that one that I was looking at, I can't finish until I get other lenses then, right? Can I like... Do I have to go down there and physically do it? I do. Haha! Screw you, game! I totally did that with the help of my chat. Thank you, chat. We would have been here for a while. Thank you, Fox Guy. Appreciate it. All right, X with a little dangle. Okay, what did that do? Dragon Slave 1991, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Fobby Flock. Welcome in. Sanford Michael, hey.
Woohoo! Shotspot!
Did it open a door? Where though? Open this door? Oh, it did open this door. And the green crystal. Oh boy. Do I need the green drugs for that? All right, let me go get some green drugs. Real Nightstorm, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I try to be, you know, I try to be a good boy. It's not easy being a good boy. Sometimes you want to be a bad boy. It's best way to get to drugs. Quick, somebody open up Google and look how to get to drugs. I'll walk to CVS. Tusky. Alright, green drugs. This should allow me to touch the green thing. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so that was not the answer. Today I learned. The answer was much more simple. Whoa, let's, oh my god, that's so cool. Hey, another puzzle piece.
The opportunity I was given was meant to be shared among the worthy. My goal has become to readjust the gateway and to make this world more easily approachable. Although no one has ever been able to even scratch an ancient gateway before, using the purified power I discovered, I managed to disassemble it and get access to its
That's a weird
crystals.
flex, but okay.
Doing so, I also shut down the gateway temporarily. I imprisoned myself in this world for the sake of science. I had to make this sacrifice. To form a testing field for this type of rare mineral, I had to demolish several Dulmarian buildings.
Haste in judging is shameful. Oh, okay. Well, that's facing the right way. Sweet. Green is travel gem. White is power gem. Right, hold on. So that turns those two on. That turns those three on? Okay, no, it switches off between those two. Just hit enough buttons, eventually they'll all turn on. Okay, hold on. Let's think about this. Okay, so that works those two. That works those two and then that one. There's a diagram on the table. Yeah, I need to get them all on though. Hmm. It's like playing the piano. Ah! You like ruining my sleep schedule, don't you? Yes, I do. But also, take good care of your sleep hygiene. It's important. It's Kali with Mozart. If I just hit enough buttons, eventually it'll work. Still don't quite know how this works. Okay, I get it. Okay, okay. Oh, I guess I can just turn the ones on that I need then. Oh, yeah, okay. Eventually I need to turn this one on though. Kali thinks something like I do mess around. Wait, what? A Kali that thinks something like I do mess around till something happens. What? Oh, just keep messing with it. I'm okay. It took me a second to figure out what you're trying to say. What? Oh, that'll work. Oh, okay. I got it. I know what I gotta do. This is gonna suck. Okay. So that one's in the right position, so now I need to mess with the other ones. Oh god, I shouldn't have done that. Okay. I understand what I gotta do now. Okay, so what's going on? So I have to use this panel to turn on these little guider things here. Okay, these little anglers. I guess they're like laser amplification. So I have to use this to turn on the right one. I then have to come over here and do this, which will let me turn it so it'll face the next one. I then need to turn that off, come back over here, switch it on to that one so I can make this pattern. gonna screw up a lot of them. Okay, that'll be my best case scenario to get that one pointed in the right direction. Am I small? I am very small. I get an idea. One, two, three. Okay. Okay. I know how to do this. All right. So we're going to do like this. So that one's right. That one's right. This is all right except for that one. Now I got to fix that one, which I should be able to do. I have an idea. I feel like I know. Okay, so what I need to do. So okay, let me tell you guys what I'm thinking. Let me verbalize this here. So there is only one of these. This is the only one that I can isolate by itself.
Hi
Draven!
Cinder. Who is a good boy? Who is a good smart collie dog? Cinder is, of course, he is, feeds
Yes!
Doritos
Oh
and
my
gives
god,
coffee.
finally, someone finally did it. Thank you so much, Draven, for the 50 bits. I appreciate it. Thank you for the Dorito, too. Thank you. Is it Cool Ranch? I like the Cool Ranch one better. Okay, so this is the only one that can be done individually. So I don't really care about this one because I can fix this whenever I want. I need to get all the other ones lined up first, and then I can, so like I can rotate. Damn, dude. I think. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, hold on, let's try this. Let's see, what does this do? That's what I just did. This is gonna be tough, dude. you give a hit? Am I? Do I have the right idea? I have to somehow figure out how to get them all lined up properly. Let me try working backwards. Maybe sometimes working backwards helps. Oh no, I can't work backwards because it's got to go the right way. It's got to go in that direction. Let's see, how many do I have? How many do I have lined up right now? One, two, three, because that one's pointing that way. So these last two are the only two that I don't have. I'm making it so hard on myself. I tend to do that. Java, I see you. I'm just not a senpai. Can I pay your hyper sheep as long as you don't let him out? It's fine. Metalworking, I'm sure you're just like frothing right now watching me do this. You're probably just like, oh, come on, get it right. Wait, what does this do? What does this do? What? Oh, god damn it, that one's still not right. Hey, we did it! I don't know what that lever does. And now I just need to light them all up. I don't really know what that lever did, but it worked. Okay. It changes the way they light up. Oh, okay. Yeah, now. Okay, so we did that. I guess we're just. I think we're good. Running Paul, you don't have to apologize for that. Oh, I can angle that up. Oh, okay. God damn it! Where's my endpoint? Where is my endpoint? Is this the endpoint? No, that's the endpoint right there. Roscoe Fox, thanks for the 20 bits. Okay, I need to come from either there, or probably come from here. There we go. Hey, we got a lens. So wait, did doing that open that lever? Is that what it did? It opened up the levers? Is that what doing all that was for? Okay, so now we got a green crystal. So we're done with this. We're done with this area. We've been introduced to the green crystal now. We can now go back to the lens and do the lens for the next one. I know where the second one is because I tried flashing it earlier. It's up there. I wonder. Oh, I know what I gotta do. Watch this. The telescope. I can place this in the telescope and then aim it at that green, the green one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we got it. We got it. Watch this. Watch this. I need. Does this have a? It does. Neat. You was kind, you was smart, you was important. Shit, bitch, I know. Thanks, Jaffa. Oh, I hope I don't have to know anything from that, because I'm not gonna read it. Oh, it's her again.
Now I see. He trapped you here. Did you really
Okay, I'll go
come
back and read
here
it in a second.
without any intent?
Maybe.
Without any selfish goals?
Maybe. Don't. I don't know. Don't.
My
Oh God,
name
my
is
frames.
Gamana. I'm protecting this world.
Roxy Cruz, thanks for the follow.
He is playing you just as he once played me.
Volpine, thanks for the
All these
follow.
little puzzles he makes you
Grant
solve
Scoville, thanks for the
must
follow.
be part of his stubborn plans. There was a time when I thought
Miko
of him
Wild,
as a
thanks for the
friend,
follow.
and I helped him, just as you help him now.
Did you get turned into that? Because I mean, if I can
What
turn
have
into,
I done?
an,
How could I not see?
you know, ethereal ball of
Wait.
gas, it'd be fun.
Maybe. Yes. Maybe you will be of some help after all.
You stop using me like that.
For now,
Everybody's just using
you
me.
must obey his rules. But honestly, do you have a choice? Still, our time will come. The time when we will stop him.
Oh my God, it's gonna be just like Cube 2, where they make you choose between which side. Okay, the world chain. The universe we know is an infinite expanse of systemically interconnected worlds. These portals are capable of providing back and forth. Lane world. The most common type around the world chain is lane world, possess two ancient gateways that are directly connected by two neighboring worlds. When 6 or more lane worlds are connected without interception, they are called a world line. Branching worlds have 3 gateways connected 3 doors together. Junctional are rare. They move between 3 portals. You can move between multiple. When a world has 3 or more portals, they are always placed systematically. The gateways are always arranged at the vertices of a regular polygon facing its geometric center with the diameter. Okay. So something about these gateways being in multiple. I gotta put something in there to kill it. Can I use that white stuff? The stuff that melted the crystal? Should be able to do that, right? Can totally see with a bow tie. Ooh, maybe I can ask. Hold on, let me make a note real quick. I can ask Flyzik if he can make me one. Alright, so I need to pour something in there that'll kill that. Drugs will kill it. And then I also have the new lens for this, which looks like it actually runs this way, so I do need to do that as well. Okay. 347. Upside down yin yang, or upside down peace sign rather. With okay. Can I put? Does this only go in one slot? I guess it doesn't really matter. That's basically half the puzzle right there. That should be it. Nope, not quite. Oh no, I screwed that up. Hold on. No. Okay. Remember Cinder was a puzzle game, Pupper? It's basically like all I've been playing for the last few months. I am like enthralled with puzzle games at the moment. Boom. I still have a lens. I just used it. There we go. Portal's one of my favorites. I love both those games. Is Talos Principle any good? It's fantastic. And the DLC is also amazing as well, so I recommend both. This was the one to destroy the crystals. It should destroy that plant, right? Then I had to make... that one. Yeah, Talos Principle is fantastic. Both Cube and Cube 2 are really fun. I really liked Parallax. Parallax was really, really fun. Portal 2 is probably like, I would say Cube 2 is, in terms of like puzzles, Cube 2 is up there with Portal 2. Cube 2 was amazing. Okay, one of that one. The Tessen, which is the blue. One blue. Where's my clippers? Talos Principle, Cube 2, Portal 2. Shugaka, I'm almost inclined to agree with you on that one. I actually thought Cube 2 had some of the best puzzles of any puzzle game I've ever played. I really enjoyed the ingenuity in that game. I think the Zappa Newt was this one. Two of the red berries. The red plant. The purple flower, rather. Okay. And this guy. I like how my Twitch summary for 2020, Cinder was my top channel, but compared to two other top 3, the difference between Cinder was like 20 hours. Well, thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. Return of the Ober Din on stream. Oh, I have it. I should probably do that one. I should need to add that. I have it on my. I have it. Who was it? Beta. I think Beta gifted it to me. Someone gifted it to me. I have Oberdin. Draven, you're always welcome to come chill. How much do you like coffee? I mean, considering I have an emo of a coffee mug, I don't know, a lot. I think more of now, it's more of an addiction than anything. I mean, I like it. I enjoy the flavor. I enjoy drinking it, but I think also I just can't stop because I don't want to go through the withdrawals because I know it'll be crap. 1 green, 1 yellow, 2 white. When is coffee not an addiction? Fair. Unwise Gray Owl, thanks for the follow. Michael Wild, thanks for the follow. Roxy Cruz, thanks for the follow. Timberwolf, thanks for the follow. Welcome in, guys. What's up? What's going up there? Am I brewing another cup? Probably not tonight. I think I'm done for the night. I gotta work tomorrow for sure in terms of like coffee drinking. All right, let's see if this works. Are you freaking kidding me? Pee on it? I wish. Okay. Back to alchemy. Is there anything that kills the plants? Can I give it drugs? Do I give the plant drugs? Will that work? The only recipe here is for the crystal melting one. And then I have this recipe here. Oh, maybe if I restore it to life. Okay, let's try that. Just Leopard Blade, take care. One, two, one, two. One orange, two red, one purple, two blue. Mika! What's up, Mika? Always good to have you back. Shh, chat, don't tell Twitch that I'm doing drugs. Okay, don't tell Twitch. Don't tell him. Shh, quiet, guys, quiet. Shh, quiet. Quiet. Mod check. Hello, mod check. I'm sure the time it took me to actually press those berries and then take them probably was longer than the time it would have taken. Also, I like that I get a little bit of a withdrawal. God damn it! I'll just kill myself. Oh, I can't. What other recipes are there? Let me go back to chemistry. Metalworking, how about this? I'll ask you a question and you give me an answer. Is it something I can make over on this alchemy island? Is this the area where I'm gonna make whatever it is that's gonna kill that? I got an idea. Oh wait, I wanted to pick that up. It is. Okay, so it's something over here. Is it something I've made before? Or is it a new thing that I need to make? I wonder if it's just one of these. It'll be something new. Okay. God damn it. What caused these plants to die? These plants died for a reason. Make a bunch and see what sticks. The problem is I got to come back here every time I make it and then run all the way back to do it again. So I could trial and error it, but it would take forever. The other thing I was thinking of is like some of these, like that slows down time, but I don't know if I can even pour that in there. The guy killed him. Is there a recipe I need to find? Is there a specific recipe that I need to find? Yes. I wonder if I could do that one now. No. Okay. Is there anything else to pick up? I don't think so. I think I got everything out of there. What if I just mix a bunch of stuff together? Maybe it'll just make something that'll kill it. Here's random ingredients. And just make like sludge. No? You did try that though? It didn't work? Okay. I'm glad that that's not the answer then. Look at the fire. Oh, that's my drain. Ah, okay. I never would have found that. I never would have figured that out. You can stay. Boom, 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 boom. As you can see, fire is hot. Yes, it is. It also burns. I know, I'm sure it's just torture for you watching this right now. I have like no doubt that this is just torture for people who have beaten this game. Here we go. It's like a shotgun. Hey.
I prepared everything to slow you down, to force you to understand everything I once understood. I want you to know that this journey I called you upon is more important than you, or even me. The success or failure of your quest will profoundly affect the whole world. I can only hope you are worth all my efforts.
Wow, screw you, dude. I can only hope that you're worth all my efforts. Cooper Cause, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Oops. Okay, I don't have the one I have. I need to go make it. Okay. I missed something helpful up there? Okay, I'll go back. I gotta go back that way anyways. If you're talking about this puzzle piece, I got the puzzle piece. Okay, 2 of that guy. Which is what exactly? What is that? Need 2 of them. It's not that. That's that one. So one of these? I bet it's the one that speeds things up. You can't really do it without them. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. Damn, it's the other one, the yellow one. I really gotta do this. That's what I get for screwing up. No! Oh my god, I really gotta do one more. No, god damn it. Trash. Okay. It's the blue, right? No. It's the white. Oh, I was right with one of the speed ones. I was partially right about that. Uh... Crap, which one is what? I think that's the one I need. Yeah, that's the one I need. Yellow. If it's wrong, it'll be black. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. It's not black. We did it. Oh, let me get. Hold on before. This will help me on my journey back. Thank you, drugs. All right, I still actually got to finish the recipe. Two black, one white, one green. Oh my god, did I just screw it all up? Oh my god. It doesn't look black to me. Oh, it is black. Okay. Okay. Should be good. Is there powder in that closet? It's in a different area? Where was that door? Is that the one I want? The sand door? Oh wait, that's oh this oh it's sand. This one. They want a scoop of sand? Yo, alchemy sucks. Snugs, hey! Alright, let's not screw this up. Proceeds to screw it up. Two black, one green. Why is it still black? Is that not right? Okay, that's white. Okay. Ranger Luxray, hey! Thanks for the follow. Welcome to Fobby Flock. Alchemy can suck my dick. It's no fun for anyone. Who's a good popper? Well, Cedar, I hope it's me. I really do. I try. Yeah, it looks a little shadowy. All right, moment of truth. Yes! Wait, what? Thank you. Let's do another one of these. Okay. Oh wait, no, it's down there. Oops. Oh, I need to get white down. Okay. I sure would love if I could cross these over. Oh, here we go. No. Wait, where the hell am I going? Right, I think more than likely, unless because I can't connect this here. No, I can, because I can do that. Need a way to cross these over. Okay, yeah, this will maybe work. No, it won't. Jay Furry, thanks for the follow. There are 3? Wait, what? Oh, 3? 2 valid places where they could cross 3. Okay, so there's here, here. But that one doesn't help me because then one of them would dead end there. So it's got to be one of these 2. Okay, now they're crossed.
Who's the goodest boy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. The silliest good boy there is.
Oh, dude, Riley the Fox, come on with 100 bits. Thank you so much for the good boys. I appreciate it. Thank you. I think I just figured it out too. Riley, thanks for the 100 bits. Hey, another puzzle piece. Oops. Bing, 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 bing. Dun, 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 dun. I already know where this one's at. Let me up! Gonna get cancer from so much teleporting? I think cancer's like the least of my worries right now. Super focused on the game? I'm trying to solve these puzzles. What do you want from me? Take a lot of brain power to do these. They're not easy. These puzzles are hard. This is probably the hardest puzzle game we've played.
It's okay, Cinder, you got this. You are smart, doggo.
Who said that? Draven, thanks for the 50 bits. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, super nice. Almost there.
When it's time to party, we will party hard.
Dude, Taylander coming with a rate of 13. Hold on, Taylander. I'll get to you in just a second. Hold on. Let me finish this puzzle. I'm trying so hard to finish this. Metalworking with 100.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Tux is a good boy, lol, and you are a good boy too, Cinder, such a good boy.
Get out of here with that whole... You can't just say that. You can't call someone a good boy and it's not me. Dude, Taylander coming with a rate of 13. Holy freaking crap, from one flop dog to the next. What is up? Guys, if you haven't seen Taylander, he's another floppy dog. You should go look at him. You should just go stare at him. Just watch him. Just look at him.
Stare into his soul.
Taylander, thanks for sharing your community with mine. And thanks for blasting my ears full of wonderful Andrew WK. We're trying to figure out, we're almost done with this puzzle. And then we'll almost be done with the game. Not quite. You might want to read that. No, I saw it on there, but you know, a little too little too late.
But I did call you a good boy.
I know you did, but yeah, okay, fine. You called me a good boy, thank you. But you also made it sound like you were calling Tux a good boy, and he is a good boy, but... I would argue that I'm a better one. Yeah, them's fighting words for Tux. Tux is a bad boy, yeah, he's a werewolf. Does bad things at night. Like werewolves do. They like howl and eat people.
When it's time to party,
Oh my
we will
God!
party hard.
Dude, Canna, we just got raided by Taylander. Now Canna Mouse coming with a rate of 30. It's the Mau Mau. Mau Mau. The Banana Cat himself. It's Canna. Dude, Canna, what are we doing? What are we playing? You're playing Among Us? How many people did you kill? Did you kill a lot? Remember, guys, when you're playing Among Us and you're the imposter, you gotta be quick, decisive, you cannot hesitate. You gotta kill. Dude, Canna, thanks for sharing the community with mine, and thanks for blasting my ears full of wonderful Andrew WK. You guys were playing together. That is why you guys raided together. I got it. DJ Douche, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Fobby Flock. Fox the Fooks, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Fobby Flock. Guys, hold on. We're finishing this puzzle. We are currently trying to beat, or at least finish this part of Quern before we figure out what to do next. Also, what is going on here? We did not coordinate this double raid, just saying. That's a little, you want to talk about being sus? That's a little sus there. I don't know if I believe you. Do I have to merge them back into one? I do. It's easier to start from the end? Well, yeah, generally speaking. You want to start at the end. Kind of work your way back. But I need to connect. This needs to be 1, so that would get down there. Let's do like this. But that doesn't really leave me much to work with. Nope, can't do that. Huh. This one did take me a while. I think this is gonna be the last puzzle I'm gonna do for the night. I just got here to kill things quickly. Yes, you gotta kill them quickly. You cannot give them a chance to fight back, especially if you're playing Among Us. You gotta be quick and decisive with your actions. If you give them too much time to fight back, well, or to, you know, suss you out, then you're kind of screwed. It's a hard one. Yeah, but all the other ones have been hard thus far too, and we figured them all out. It can't be that way. It's got to be that way. That's the only way that it'll attach. Oh, so close. So close. Got it. What is this? What do we get? A weight? An anchor? So the way I figured this out was there was only one combination of this double one being in a, the only way that this double one would connect to the end here was if it was facing this way. Because if it was facing any other way, the combinations were just not going to match. It would just, you weren't going to be able to get it down to this because this is the end result. So I worked backwards to get my way to here. Once you have this set, then you just have to figure out how to get the other two there. Now I have a weight that, was there something we needed a weight for? We're done with that room. Oh, I'm gonna go on the other side. What else do we, where do we need a, where's our pulley system? I think we're done in here. We've done everything in here. It gets really deep. It's not a weight. It's an anchor then? Is it an anchor? Can I hook it up to this thing over here? Okay, so it's a magnet. I'm glad I thought it was an anchor because that immediately made me think that I need to go back to that area. An X. Axel Wolf, hey! Guys, do you know how badly I want to press that button right now? But I'm hungry. So we're gonna have to do this on the next stream. And figure out what this tower has in store for us. Press it. Alright, we'll figure out what to do from here next stream. How about that? I pressed the button. I gave you something. I gave you a little crumb. I'll give you guys a little crumb while we wait until Saturday. Saturday for the next stream. We'll figure out what this tower is for. I continue on, but I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Guys, who we get? We're about 74% of the way done. Do you think we might be able to finish it the next stream or two? Time for chili? No, what am I making today? Hold on, let me check. Dude, Draggy Fergan! Draggy Fergan coming in with the tier 1 sub for 3 freaking months in advance! Oh my god! Draggy, you're gonna be covered under colic here for the next 3 months from the flops to the beans. You will be covered. So my options are turkey, what is this? Turkey meatball parm sandwiches, like open face sandwiches, or homemade enchiladas, chicken enchiladas. That way me and Tux and I use dinnerly, so I have some options I can make for dinner tonight. I kind of am feeling the enchiladas, I'm being honest. Enchiladas. Coin flip enchiladas. Okay, well, I think it's decided that I'm doing enchiladas for dinner tonight. Let's see, who can we raid? Who can we raid? Let's go show some love to Grimo. Let's go bug Grimo. Because Grimo is super nice and he's amazing and always a joy to be around. Our raid message. Joints are good. We'll do Cinder hype. Joints are good. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Today was fun. We're gonna play more Quern coming up. On Saturday will be the next stream. Saturday. Until then, let's hit the discharge desk on the way out. Make sure you guys have your insurance cards ready. Co-payments due at time of treatment. Coverage is limited. If you're not happy with your treatment, that's too damn bad. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the bits. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for the raids. You guys are freaking awesome. I will see you guys on Saturday. Until then, have a good Friday. I gotta work tomorrow. I don't really want to work tomorrow, but ugh. I will see you guys on Saturday. Until then, bye.